Well, listen up, kids and parents. You're going to want to hear this, too. School days are about to get longer. I'm talking a lot longer. Starting next year, several public school districts in the United States are looking at adding 300 more hours to their school calendar years. That's like more than a month more of school. The goal is to make schools more competitive. And at least one education watcher is hearing all this and worrying about the costly fixes and wondering if we're just compounding the problem. Kyle Olson is with the Education Action Group. Kyle, I guess the gist of this is the longer you're at school, the more you're inclined to remember what you learn, the smarter you get, the more competitive our kids get, blah, blah, blah. What do you say?
And that seems good on its face, but the problem is you've got this notion that quantity is better than quality. And so what states need to be looking at is quality. And what is the type of instructor that we have in front of kids? Are they effective? Are they ineffective? And the trouble is we haven't been able to really determine that because we don't have a good evaluation system for teachers, and we have unions that are blocking that process but also protecting ineffective teachers in the classroom.
So there's no guarantee at some of these districts that the ineffective teachers will actually be doing more teaching.
No, that's right. I mean, so if you have an ineffective teacher in the classroom, it doesn't matter if a kid is in there for 10 minutes or 10 hours. It's not going to make any difference. And so what schools and states and governors need to be focusing on is teacher quality. What makes an effective teacher? That's what they should be focusing on.
You know, Kyle, like you, though, I travel quite a bit, and I realize that around the world that we are more the exception than the rule, that there are schools, whether you go to Asia and much of South Korea, Germany, where the school year is essentially all year, and the kids are working a long day. And you know, Germany turns out a lot of pretty neat engineers, and of course much of Asia turns out a lot of great technology types and the rest. So they are getting bang for the education buck. Your fear is that it wouldn't be replicated here?
No, because the trouble is you've got other countries. You take Finland, for example. They focus on only putting the proper people that have the highest success in the classroom or potential for success in the classroom into education schools. And so they don't just let anybody into a school of education.
Oh, so they look at their most promising students, but you know, you can be a late bloomer and get passed up in that kind of environment too, right?
And that's possible, but instead what they're doing is they're scrutinizing people prior to getting into the system. And what we do in America, unfortunately, according to international studies, is we have students who are graduating to become teachers are in the bottom third of their graduating class. And so we're putting people into classrooms that are not equipped with skills, that don't have the ability to handle a classroom, and that sort of thing. And so what we need to be focusing on is quality instead of quantity.
Kyle, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We think airlines couldn't